In November 2014, Hillary Clinton made some revealing comments about illegal immigrants while receiving a History Maker Award from the New York Historical Society at the city's Mandarin Oriental Hotel. President Obama had just issued an executive order curbing the ability of law enforcement officials to deport illegal immigrants. Obama's actions circumvented the law, provoking a firestorm of criticism from many Republicans. Hillary rushed to Obama's defense, emphasizing why America needs illegals. We should remember that this is about people's lives. This is about, I would venture to guess, the people who served us tonight, who prepared our food tonight. Hillary's Democratic sympathizers in the audience burst into spontaneous applause. Hillary indeed made history that evening because, without quite intending to, she revealed why she and many Democrats support illegal immigration. Quite simply, her argument is that there is dirty work to be done, and someone has to do it. In Hillary's mind, hotels like the Mandarin Oriental cannot maintain elegant rooms and serve five-star cuisine without illegals cleaning the rooms, serving the food, and cleaning up afterward. One cannot, it seems, rely on Americans to do such jobs. The very idea that people might work for those wages and take pride in their work is incomprehensible to Hillary. The country no longer has slaves to do the dirty work, and so America needs illegal immigrants. The applause attending Hillary's remarks shows that she was not merely speaking for herself. Other Democratic fine diners that evening were very much on board with Hillary's position. Listening to Hillary that evening, I felt I was at a campaign rally for a Democratic presidential candidate in the mid-19th century. The feel was the same, and most important, the argument was the same. A century and a half ago, the issue wasn't illegal immigration, it was slavery. Democrats then justified slavery on the grounds that there was dirty work to be done and someone had to do it. Some of them even insisted that slavery benefited both the master and the slave because slavery gave full employment to people who were incapable of doing anything better than menial work. And here is Hillary Clinton making essentially the same case, not in defense of slavery, but in defense of illegal immigration. A few days after Hillary's comments, the Mandarin Oriental Hotel issued a press statement that it does not knowingly employ illegals. So Hillary was most likely wrong on the facts. But that's not what interests me about this episode, nor am I interested in pressing a direct analogy between slavery and illegal immigration. Obviously, the two issues are quite different. No, what interests me most here is the familiar attitude of superiority, condescension, and disdain. That was evident in the pro-slavery blather of the 19th century, and it was on full display at the Mandarin Oriental in November 2014. Democrats, it seems, never changed their stripes. Hillary's plan, I argue in this book, is the enslavement of America. Enslavement is not slavery, but it's related to slavery. Slavery is a condition, while enslavement is a process. Enslavement is the process of converting free into unfree citizens by confiscating their earnings, their resources, and their property in the form of taxes or fines. The ultimate end is the same. Our lives and even our hopes and dreams are now in someone else's control. We have become serfs, not of a plantation owner, but serfs of the progressive state. In order to understand enslavement, we need to understand slavery. This chapter focuses on the Democratic Party's role as the champion and defender of slavery. Oddly enough, slavery for many centuries needed no defenders because it had no critics. It was like the family, a long-standing institution that was simply taken for granted. But starting in the 17th century and continuing through the 19th century, slavery came under attack. The attack was two-pronged. The first prong of the attack was the American founding, which had no power to end slavery, but which established a framework for reducing, corralling, and ultimately placing